everyone, Amanda here. Today we are going to be doing a lower body and core workout on the mat. Let's get started with our warm-up. Sitting up in a cross-legged position, place your fingertips just behind your ears and gently roll those shoulder blades and elbows back. Let's twist through the core, starting over to the right side, back to the center, exhale over to the left side, just gently working through the range of motion for the back, chest, and core. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhale as you twist gently to the side. Keeping those elbows back. Let's do two more. One left here. And lower the arms down. From here, walk your feet out into a wide foot position, letting your feet flop down to the center. Lift your arms up into a T. Take your left hand, sweep and chop down to the right side, over to the opposite side, left hand, breathing through it. Exhale. Just warming up through the hamstrings and the lower back, chopping that arm down. One more on each side. Exhale and release. From here, walk the feet to the center. Place your arms in a shoulder press position, gently pulling the arms back, lifting through the chest, and let's press up. Here we go. Exhale, pushing and pulling, keeping the back of the hands slightly backward, and you're going to feel those postural muscles working hard in this press position. Exhale up. Inhale down, breathing through this. Two more here. One left. And release. Just shake out your back. We're going to take this to a laying position on the mat. Lower the head, neck, and shoulders down. Now from here, I'm going to have my legs bent, but I'm going to extend my right leg out. From here, take your fingertips, palms facing down, and just place them just under the back of your hip bones. Drive your shoulders down into the floor, press the heel out on the extended leg, and let's lift up in a partial curl up. We're just lifting the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat and back down. Now this is not a crunch or a sit up. It's a partial curl up, which means we're just lifting the back of the shoulders off the mat. And when you lift up, pause gently at the top. You should feel the abdominals engage as you lift. Exhale. Inhale. We've got two more. Keep that heel pushed out. One left. And lower it down. Switch, extending the left leg out, heel pressed out. Again, shoulders down, relaxing through the head. And let's take it into a partial curl up for 8. Here we go. Exhale. 8. Now when we lift up, we're just lifting the shoulders off the mat. You want to keep your mid back connected to the mat the entire time. We're engaging the trunk, gently pausing at the top. You might feel your abs shake a little bit there. Two more. Exhale. 2. One more here. 1. Lower it down. From here, place your arms in a T, both knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and let's lift up into a bridge position. Driving those hips up toward the ceiling, pressing the heels down. Now from here, we're going to walk the feet out wide. So let's walk out slightly with the right, slightly with the left. Press and hold. Walk back in with the right, in with the left. Pause and hold, pressing the hips up toward the ceiling. We're going left leg lead this time. Out with the left, out with the right, keeping the hips elevated. Pause and hold. In with the left, in with the right. We're going to repeat this sequence, starting with the right side. Here we go. Out with the right, out with the left, pause and hold, lifting those hips up toward the ceiling. In with the right, In with the left. Pause and hold, driving those hips up. One more round, starting on the left. Out with the left. Out with the right. Lift those hips up, driving the hips toward the ceiling. In with the left. In with the right. And lower the hips down. We're going back to our partial curl up once again, starting on that right leg. Right leg extended, left knee bent. Place your fingertips just underneath the back of your hip bones. Relax your head down. We're going to take this into 8 partial curl ups. Here we go. Exhale, 8. Gently pausing at the top of the motion. 7. Imagine that you are lifting through the chest to press your nose directly up toward the ceiling. We're just gently lifting through the back of the shoulder blade and back down. 3 more here. Exhale, 3. Breathing through it. 2. You should feel those abdominals engage every time you lift up in that curl up, and lower it down. Switch it out. Extend through that left leg. Once again, keeping those arms in place. 8 reps. Here we go. Heel out, lift the chest, and back down. Imagine that you're pressing your nose up toward the ceiling so that your nose is traveling in a straight line. We're not tucking the chin in. We're just gently lifting the back of the shoulders off the mat to press the head and nose up toward the ceiling and staying lifted through the chest. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. And lower it down. We're going to take this back to our bridge position. Place your hands in a T, feet shoulder width apart. Lift up nice and high. This time we're going to take it into hip dips. So let's lower our hips down really slowly. Just touch your butt cheeks to the mat and lift back up. So we're not resting. Slowly lower down, nice and slow here, using the lower back and glutes. When your bum touches the mat, lift up nice and high. So it's a really slow downward pace with a quick lift up. We're working through the glutes, lower back, and the hamstrings. Let's go for 2 more here. Breathing through it. 2. Nice and slow on the way down. 1 left here. And 1. Lower those hips down. We're going to turn over onto our sides in a side plank position. Now in this move, I'm going to have my bottom knee bent and my top leg extended. From here, we're going to be on my forearms. Place the other hand just on top of the hip. Now in the side plank, when we boost up, oftentimes you're going to find that your shoulders or your head are creeping forward. We want to fix our plank position before we add anything to it. Let's step slightly back with that top leg, push the heel out, lift the chest, and gently roll that top shoulder back ever so slightly so that we're slightly angled, angling the chest just slightly toward the ceiling. Lift those hips up nice and high. Now you've got a good side plank position. From here, extend your arm out in front of the chest, and we're going to add a shoulder blade retraction here. Let's go for 8. Here we go. 8. Working through that core. 7. While we are working the upper body here, the core is doing most of the stability work. So that's our main focus, keeping those hips elevated and not letting them drop down throughout that side plank. Let's do 2 more here. 2, 1 left, 1. And bring it back to the hip, lower the hips down, and let's take it back to a seated position this time. We will do the side plank on the other side just shortly. Lift the chest, sitting up nice and tall. From here, we're going to work on our hamstrings. Place your hands just behind you. Bend through your left knee, lifting the chest. And from here, we're going to drive that leg down into the mat. From here, press your heel down into the floor, letting the tension build through the hamstring, keeping the chest lifted. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release, relax by rounding through the back, Let your leg extend out. Now lift the chest, pull the right knee in. From here, exhale and drive that heel down into the mat, holding that position through the hamstrings, squeezing through the glute, lifting that chest. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Walk that side out. Let's take it over to the other side for our side plank. So once again, I'm going to have my bottom knee bent and my top leg extended, and I'm placing my weight on the forearm. Now, right now, most of my weight is on my shoulder and forearm, so I want to correct my posture in my side plank. Take that top leg, just walk it back a little bit, push the heel out, lift the chest, and gently roll that shoulder back ever so slightly so that the top shoulder is slightly behind the bottom shoulder. Tuck that chin in, extend the arm out, and let's take it into 8 rear delt flies. Here we go. 8, breathing through it. 7, bracing through the trunk. 6, squeezing that shoulder blade back. 5, exhale up. 4, breathe. 3, stay stable, lifting those hips. 2, and 1. Place your hand on your hip, lower the hips down, and take it back to a seated position. We're going back to hamstrings, this time with our right leg lead. So lift your chest, right knee is bent. Just walk your hands behind you and roll the shoulder blades back. We're gonna drive that heel down into the floor. Exhale and push. Pressing the heel down into the mat, keeping that isometric contraction. Hold through the hamstrings. You got this. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Just let yourself round a little bit through that back. Bring that left knee in. Lift the chest, shoulders back. Let's go again. Here we go. Exhale, push. Driving that heel down into the floor. You might feel the abdominals engage here as well. Keep breathing. Almost there. And release. From here, let's take this back to our side plank. We're going to switch it up just a little bit. So once again, we're in that side plank position. Bottom knee bent, top leg extended. We're going onto the forearm, lift up. Once again, correct your posture in the side plank. Walk that top leg back just ever so slightly, pushing the heel out. Lift the chest and gently roll that shoulder back. We're going to lift the top leg up and let's press through the glutes, lifting up and down. Touch down, exhale and lift. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, breathing through it. 5, so you should feel this on the outside of the thigh as well as the glutes. So we're lifting and squeezing. That's it, one more, heel out and lower it down. We're gonna take this to a seated position. So I want you to sit on the bottoms of your butt cheeks rather than the top of your butt cheeks, which lets you lay back a little bit. Now from here, place your hands just slightly behind you, lifting through the chest, and we are going to just lift ever so slightly off the mat, alternating legs. Ready? Let's go for 12. 1, 2, maintaining good posture. 3, so we're feeling that stretch in the hamstrings, heels pressed out, but you're going to notice that your core and posture have to stabilize to keep lifted through the chest, back, and shoulders. One more here. Whew. All right, shake out those hamstrings. Let's side plank on the other side, adding our glute lift. Bend the bottom knee, extend through the top leg, come up onto that forearm, placing your hand on your hip, and we want to correct that posture. Step back slightly, lift the chest, and roll the shoulder blades back, keeping the chin neutral. Let's go for 8. Here we go. Exhale, lift the leg. That's it. 7, heel pressed out. 6, breathing through it. 5, 4, squeeze that glute. 3, keep the heel out, chest out. 2, and 1. Lower that hip down. Take it back to seated. One more hamstring stretch leg lift. Place your fingertips just behind. Make sure that you're sitting on the bottom of those butt cheeks. Sit up nice and tall, and let's exhale, lift, right, left. Sit up as tall as you can, gently pulling the shoulders back. Oftentimes when we think about core, we mostly just think about our abs. However, all of these postural muscles that work hard to keep you sitting up nice and tall are so important to strengthening posture, the back, and the abdominals. 2 more. Breathing through it. 1 left. And relax through those hamstrings. That should have been pretty taxing for the legs. We're going to flip over to a kneeling position or quadruped position. From here, we're going to have a 4-point stance. Knees directly under the hips, wrists and elbows directly under the shoulders. So we're keeping a strong position here. From here, we're going to take this into diaphragmatic breathing. What that means is that we're going to inhale slowly and forcefully to feel the rib cage expand. When we exhale, again, slowly and forcefully, we're trying to push all of the air out of our lungs. So let's take a nice deep breath in, nice and slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you should feel that rib cage feeling like it's tightening. Let's exhale for 6. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, pushing the air out. 3, 2, 1. And again, it should feel like that rib cage is tightening. Inhale, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale forcefully out of the mouth. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more round. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel that rib cage expand and tighten. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come down to a plank. Plank position. On your forearms, walk those feet back. Drop your bum down. Now push your chest into your shoulders. From here, we are going to lift the bum up, press the bum up toward the ceiling, getting that stretch through the lats. So you should feel a stretch in the upper back and through the hamstrings. And now drop back down nice and slow back to the plank. Let's do 4 of these. Slowly exhale. Lift the bum up so you're pressing your glutes and hamstrings up toward the ceiling. Big stretch through those lats. And then slowly drop back down. We've got 2 more. Lift up. Pressing those glutes up toward the ceiling. Bracing through the core. Slowly inhale. Lower down. 1 left. Exhale. Lift that bum up. Pressing toward the ceiling. And slowly back down. We can go back to that quadruped position. Diaphragmatic breathing. Let's take this into 4 deep breaths. Nice big inhale. Now on this set, I'm not going to count out the reps or the seconds that we're inhaling. When you feel your rib cage expand and it feels like you can't inhale anymore, exhale. Push as much air out of the lungs as possible, feeling that rib cage tighten. So go at your own pace here. Inhale. Your pace does not have to match mine. This one is all feeling based. Exhale. Inhale. exhale. Feel that rib cage tighten and contract. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. And release. Just shake out your wrists a little bit. We're going back to that plank. So whenever you're ready, cross at the forearms, lift up into that plank, drop your chest into your shoulders, push the shoulder blades upward. Keep the heels pressed back. Now from here, we're going to add a little bit of a hip rotation. Take your right hip and just gently rotate it slightly down, but the shoulders stay square to the floor. Lift those hips back up. Let's go over to that left side. Tilt your hips down. So my hips are now at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to bring them back up. Over to the right side. Keep holding. Bring them up. Over to the left side. One more of each. Back up. Right side. Shoulders stay square. Back up. Once more. Left side. Stabilizing through the trunk. Bring it up. And drop the knees down. Up next, we're going to take this to some glute work. So for this move, I'm going to start in my quadruped position. However, I'm going to take my left forearm and I'm going to drop it down. So my right hand is flat and my left forearm is on the mat. So we're going to just slightly tilt so our torso is looking 45 degrees down toward the floor. Extend through your right leg. Now in this position, if I check my right foot is pointing 45 degrees down toward the floor. Press the heel out, push the chest out, and let's lift the leg up for 10. Here we go. 10, 9, squeeze through the glute. 8, 7, 6, 5, heel out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep holding. We're going to bring the knee in and then press out. Let's go for 10. Here we go. 10, 9, leading with the heel. 8, pressing the glute up toward the ceiling. You've got it. Exhale. Breathing through this. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. And lower that side down. So we're going to flip our stance. That right forearm is coming down. Left hand flat on the floor. Extend the left leg out. If you check your foot, toes should be pointing 45 degrees down toward the floor. Let's lift up for 10. Here we go. 10, straight leg. 9, leading with the glute. 8, 7, 6, breathing through it. 5, 4, keep this up. 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee in. Let's extend out. Here we go. 10, 9, press with the heel. 8, I want you to imagine that you're pushing a plate or a weight plate behind you up with your heel. You're pressing away. That's it. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Let's take it back to that quadruped position. Back to the right leg. From here, we're going to extend straight out and we're going to pulse straight up and down, heel out for 10. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, heel pressed up. We're going to press up for 10. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that right leg in. Let's extend out with the left leg, heel pressed out. Pulse for 10. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Straight up and down. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, heel up. Let's go. 10, 9, 8. Lift with that glute. You've got it. Keep it going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, bring it in. Give your back a little bit of a break. Walk your arms out into child pose. and drop the head down. Just letting yourself rest. We've got a little bit more glute work to do. We're just giving our wrists and our back and posture a little bit of a breather here. Nice big exhale. All right, let's lift back up. We're going to take this into a round of fire hydrants, starting with that right leg. So lift your right knee, push your heel out, and we're going to rotate the hip, pointing the knee out to the side. Let's go for 10, 10, 9, 8, lifting up nice and high, heel out, breathing through it. 5, 4, work that glute, you've got it. 3, 2, 1. Bring that right leg in, over to the left side. Heel out, knee hovering just above the mat. Let's rotate through the hip, pressing the glute up. 10, 9, 8, you've got it. 7, 6, really squeeze. 5, 4, keep at it. 3, 2, 1. Last glute move here. From here, once again, we're going to turn to the side. So bottom knee bent, top leg extended, hand on the hip, shoulders back, and just lift your leg up. We're going to make small, tight circles with that glute in both directions. So the first direction that you go in is probably going to come more easily to you. Keep those hip circles as tight as you can. Lift that chest. Let's go for 10, 10, 9, 8, heel out. 7, chest lifted. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. 10, that's a little tougher. You can already feel that the mobility of the hip is probably going to be a little bit challenging when you're going in the opposite direction from what you're comfortable with. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. One last hip circle over on the other side before we stretch it out. Bend the bottom leg, extend the top leg out, heel pressed out, chest lifted. Let's go for 10, 10, small circles. 9, 8, 7, you've got it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch directions. Let's go. Tiny circles. 10, 9, 8, 7. You can do this. 6, 5. We're almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, let's stretch out those glutes. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Cross the right leg over the left. Take your hands, interlock those fingers behind the opposite leg. Whew. Glutes are feeling that one. Just stretch it out. Try to keep your head relaxed on the mat. If your head is coming up off the mat and you're unable to prevent that, just place a pillow or a small folded up towel underneath the back of your head to support your neck. Nice big exhale. And let's drop that side down. Cross the left leg over the right. Interlock your fingers behind that leg. And once again, drop the head down. Try to press your heels out and away from you. Relaxing through the shoulders. Breathing through it. And release that side. From here, we're going to take this into happy baby. Take your fingers and place them just outside of your shoes. So you're holding both of your feet, and then relax your head down to the mat. Try to keep a soft elbow here, relaxing through the hips. Let your shoulders drop down to the mat so the back of the shoulder blades are connected to the floor. Nice, easy breathing. And bring both knees in toward the chest. placing your fingertips just on top of your shins and just gently rock side to side, relaxing through the lower back, breathing evenly. And let's come up to a seated position, stretching out the hamstrings, heel out, toe up, and just gently lean forward. You don't have to go all the way to your toe. If it's comfortable for you, you can. But I'm just going to my mid shin and just driving the shoulders slightly forward to elongate through the hamstring. Exhale. And gently slide back up out of that hamstring stretch. Let's take it over to the left side, extending that left leg out, gently fold forward. So you're gently pushing that chest out, keeping a soft knee. The hamstrings can take quite a bit of stretching, but it should still feel moderate to you. So go to your level, whether that's to the knee, to the shin, all the way to the toe, doesn't matter. It's your stretch. Relax through those shoulders. And gently come up out of it. Bring the feet in. Let's stretch out the adductors. Bottoms of the feet together. Place your fingertips just on top of your toes and just let your knees relax down toward the floor, keeping that chest lifted. Nice big exhale. Breathing through it. And just gently release that stretch. Come to a seated position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. We're all done for today. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See you again soon.